A 6 foot by 3 foot product. And the reason why we're looking at these keywords is for two reasons. Number one, we want to make sure that there is depth of market. Now that's gross. Around net, they're going to generate around $300,000. So to recap a few of the things during the opening of this box, number one is protective cornerings. Now, if you've watched any of the other videos in 7-Figure Product Series, I talk about corner inserts. Corner inserts are these little triangle mold looking things that are made out of a high durability or a highly durable corrugated boxing. The purpose of that is to protect the corners. Here you can see like this wood is damaged, it's pushed in a little bit. You could also see the box, how the box was damaged. This is a very expensive, very fragile product. Another thing right off the bat is there are different textures and different strengths of tape. On a product like this, I would definitely go with a maximum grade tape to protect it. Now, back in the day, Uline actually has tape, and people don't do it because it's expensive, but I feel that it's mandatory in my personal opinion. Uline makes tape that you can put on tape dispensers so you can do this efficiently, right? Where it says fragile or open here or this side up. So a few of those right off the back. First and foremost, they did not have a this side up package. Why is that important? On something like this that's fragile or on things that could be ruined during opening, it's advantageous to have a this side up, even when it comes for logistics and shipping the product. Another thing is for a product where you have to use a knife or something to open it, if it is fragile, I like to have a sticker that says do not use a sharp object. Now, what does that say? Hey, it's fragile. Don't just take a knife and just let it ride down this thing. Take your time and actually peel the tape and then use your hand or use something else to open this box. There are actually box cutters. A lot of people don't have them, but there's actually box cutters that are made to where you can actually open boxes and there's no way you can damage the thing behind it. If you're opening something that's fragile, something that's expensive, you definitely don't want to cut it, because if you cut it and you try to return it and you say it was defected, when they do their research on it and they see it was cut while it was being opened, you're going to be liable or responsible for that. Two other things. Number one, and again, guys, they're obviously crushing it, right? This is just my personal opinion. This is constructive criticism. They're generating 7 figures, high 6 figures profit with this product. I would go with thicker boxes, thicker corrugated boxing. It was pretty light, pretty low quality for the cost of the product, the margin of the product, and how expensive and fragile this product is. And then last but not least, I would have the weight on here. We did see a small sticker that says Team Lift, but what I like to do is predominantly, and again, Uline has it. Sometimes you can ask your supplier if they can get access to these stickers, but I like the ones that visually shows 2 people lifting something. It's usually red or yellow, which means caution. It grabs their attention, and it says Team Lift. And then I like to have the weight on there, because if it says Team Lift, all that tells me is that it's heavy. If I say it's Team Lift and it's 50 pounds, now going into this, I know I'm not gonna hurt myself, or I am gonna hurt myself, because typically people can tell how much weight they can lift without getting hurt, right? Now, moving right along, we have a few things going on here, right? We have this mat, which is a heating element. Next is gonna be, they have a picture of what the product is, the name of the product, and the manufacturer on the box. Now, this is completely up to you. Again, it's not gonna affect their sales. However, for an expensive, high-ticket product, I like inconspicuous packaging. So I would not put the actual picture of the product on the box, because it's more than likely gonna elicit for people who are gonna wanna steal the product or possibly take the product, right? It's an opportunity. If you're not home, they leave it outside your home. People are driving by, they see a big box and it shows a TV on it, you know, or it shows this thing on it. They're more than likely gonna wanna try to take it, right? It's just my personal opinion. Number two, of course, if you're selling this product and you don't want other people to get into the industry and know exactly who your manufacturer is, I'm not sure, I haven't dug deep enough to know if it's a manufacturer selling this themselves, or if it's another company, it's a private label company just like us who is sourcing from a manufacturer. However, the manufacturer's information is huge on the front of the box. So if I was a competitor and I was ordering a product as a sample to do my own due diligence, I now have one of the top guys manufacturers, so that's a no-no as well. All right, now moving to the inside of the box, right off the bat, there's a few things going on here. This white mat right here is gonna be a heating element, which acts as a defogger for the mirror. So if you have this hung up in your bathroom and you get out of a hot shower and the mirror is foggy, when you activate this heating element, what it's gonna do is make it so that you can see in the mirror and the mirror's not foggy. Almost like the rear in the older vehicles where you see the black lines when you were a kid in that back glass of a vehicle. Same situation, same function. Next, you have what seems to be the main like motherboard or actual like structure that has all the electronics. On the back of it, you have, you know, temperature, you have material, you have light source, you have caution labels, all of that stuff. Make sure you're doing your due diligence if you have an electronical product. You want to make sure you have all this stuff listed in the event that someone needs to work on it, or in the event for safety reasons. Make sure that you have all the disclaimers, all the warnings, and you have the day that it was inspected to verify all these things. Next, you have a silica gel pack. I talk about these a lot here on the channel if you've watched the other videos. If you have an electronic product or a product that's coming arrived and you're getting feedback that it smells funny, these are very cheap, and what these do is they keep moisture out. And usually a lot of the smells or damage to electronical components come from moisture, and these things extract moisture from the inside of the contents of the box. Next, you have another small box. Let's see what's inside the box. Looks like you have a glove, and then you have a few pieces of steel, which probably have to do with the installation. Inside the glove, you have some screws as well as some brackets or some screw anchors. And then you have a glove. This is nice because I'm sure this has to do with installation, so you don't get fingerprints on the mirror when you're holding it. So that's nice. Anything that can make end user's life more simple or combat a problem, and you can do it efficiently, effectively, and inexpensively, just do it. It's not going to hurt, it can only help. All right, now we have the package stuffer. The package stuffer is pretty straightforward and simple. You have the logo, you have the name of the product, you have a picture of the product, you have the manufacturer with the manufacturer's email again. And then in the inside, you have a user's manual. Talks about the specifications, talks about the accessories that are included, and then it shows the installation. Now, the installations, in my personal opinion, you guys know I am a stickler when it comes to installation, when it comes to instructions, when it comes to manuals. These are absolutely horrendous. For a $1,000 product, you definitely need more legible, more intuitive, more easy to follow instructions. This is very, very simple. And a lot of people make these mistakes. And when you're studying reviews and psychology-based reviews and you understand the importance of reviews, the easiest way to get reviews is to over-deliver and remove pain points. Highest review percentage comes from negative reviews because people will always complain before they will give you an accolade or give you some type of praise, right? So how can I combat things that people don't like? I hate putting stuff together and I hate poor instructions. I'm talking about it and still people aren't doing it. Our clients do it. They know about it because I'm huge on it, but I'm big on video instructions. If I have something that needs to be assembled, I'm gonna pay somebody or I'm gonna do it locally, and I'm gonna get this thing recorded, put it on YouTube, buy a $5 to $20 QR code, put the QR code in here on top of the instructions and say, hey, if you want to step-by-step be walked through how to install this and how we recommend it, as the supplier, as the manufacturer, or as the brand, scan this QR code and watch this video. You can get that set up for under 200 bucks, and that is very, very important. On top of that, another thing is this is only in English. You want to make sure that you understand your demographic and your geographic. Obviously, if you're only selling on Amazon US, your only geographic is the US. However, what is the demographic? I know a lot of European people really enjoy high-end stuff for their bathrooms. So this is just an assumption, but if I was to do due diligence and it supported that, what other languages do they use, right? And how much would it cost for me to go on Fiverr and have somebody translate this into another language, print out another sheet and have it in there? These are small ways that you can add value and things that people are not doing to their products to offer the best product possible. All right, so here on the side, you can see this actual wood casing that they built to protect this product. Now, I did talk previously about not having the corner inserts. Of course, this would combat the need of corner inserts. So obviously you don't need corner inserts. The box is gonna look a little beat up, but if you have something that's actually protecting the product, like this wood frame, you do not need it. So kudos for this. Think about ways that you can protect the product. And again, you don't have to be an engineer. You don't have to be a genius. One of my favorite things to do is ask smarter people or specialist people their opinion. So if you're building a product, you're developing a product like this and you know you want to protect it, but you don't know how, ask the manufacturer, hey, do you have an engineer or someone within your company that could give me their 2 cents on how to protect this, since it's going to be a lot of moving components, a lot of logistics, a lot of shipping. All right, so we opened it and then we actually had to flip it over, and that's why we're talking about the this side up image. We opened it on the perforated line where the tape is, and it was actually upside down. So we opened it, me and the team flipped it over, and this is what you see next. So first and foremost, some styrofoam, looks about 1 inch thick. So I love styrofoam because it definitely protects, and this is glass and it's a very expensive product. Now, once we lift the styrofoam up, you're gonna see this protected shrink wrap thing. Now, right off the back, a few things you guys should be able to pick up. Number one, it doesn't cover the entire thing. I mean, you have 2-3 inches here, you have an inch here, over here it's off hanging, here it's exposed. So the shrink wrap not only looks very sloppy and not very appealing for the first perception of viewing a high ticket product, number two, it's not effective at doing its thing. So you need to think about two different things when it comes to stuff like this. Number one, how can I be as effective as possible? Number two, how can I increase the perception or offer the best perception as possible, right? Because immediately when somebody sees something, someone, somebody, some place for the first time, they're forming judgment based off of positivity or negativity. You always want your customer to be forming that off of positivity, right? So when they see that you're going above and beyond for the packaging, when they see it's tight, it's neat, it's high quality, that you care, they're forming that judgment based around that, right? And I learned this from Damon John. Ambassadors can be negative or positive, and ambassadors can be persuaded in either or direction, right? So if so far, like, I don't like this product because of the packaging, how could you persuade them, or vice versa, right? So think about that and actually be in the shoes of your customer. Most people, and I learned this the hard way, are playing the shoes of the CEO and they're never playing the shoes of the customer. The easiest way to over-deliver for the customer is to play the role of the customer and not the CEO in your company when it comes to product development. So other than that, it's pretty straightforward. Here you have these 3 buttons. One's gonna be for the back element that is gonna do that heating element to where it removes the fog that we discussed. The middle one is going to be for the lighting, right? So it's gonna be adjusting the lighting. And then the third one is gonna be for a combination of the front backlighting, the backlighting, and then the color of the lighting, right? Based off of those functions. Pretty straightforward. You've seen a cord, there's 2 functions. You can plug it in and use a switch, or you can cut the wire, hardwire, and then you can use different types of automations, or different types of plugs, switches. You can put it in unison with other electrical components, so on and so forth. All right, guys, so there you go. Another video in our series, the 7-figure product series. I hope you enjoyed it. This video cost us literally over $700 to make. All we ask you guys in return is that you like this video right now, hit the subscribe button, and next to it, click that notification bell. Hey, if you enjoyed this, you thought it was informational, educational, and you enjoy videos like this, check out the series. You'll see it at the end of this video, 7-figure product series. Every single week, we're dropping new videos where I go behind the scenes and physically review products that are the top brands in the world that are generating over 7 figures. If you're interested in starting your own online Amazon business, scaling your current one, or having us and our team build one and manage it for you, click the link down below and check out this short video that I put together where we talk about more about the business, how the business works, why the business works. You get to see some of our awesome results, some of the results of our amazing clients that chose to work with us, and most importantly, you get a lot of your questions answered. If you have more questions about our programs, what we offer, and how we can serve you at the highest level, schedule a no risk, no obligation free call, and let's see if one of our client success managers can help take your business to the next level. Remember, you're only one product away.